Welcome back to this week's Moda Sampler Block Shuffle. This week we're going to be again doing 3 blocks. The first one is block number 13 and it's by Bunny Hill Designs. And I again have picked out 2 different colorways to do this. And I'm gonna show you my first. Here's my first. I'll take close-up pictures probably and stick them in. Here's my second way. And I'm pretty excited about this one. This one has got 4 flying geese and then just some blocks. So this one will put together pretty quickly. Number 14 is designed by Fig Tree. And if you're anything like me, you love Fig Tree's designs because I really do. And this is 4 blocks or 4 squares put on point, and here's their block, and it is really gonna be sharp, I think. And I've done it with, let me see if I can get all 3 colors to show. This is my first block, and this is my second block. Let's see if we can make this all show too. I really feel like I'm getting better with my values. Let me turn this just a little bit. See, there's my 3 different colors. I think I'm getting a little bit better seeing light, medium, and dark, because really depending upon how you put fabrics together, sometimes what looks like a dark is really only a medium. So that's my second block. And then the third block this time is by CLARE Designs, and here's her block. And I am doing her block in the same fabrics, but I'm going to place them in different spots. So let's see if I can get all the fabrics up here for you to see. There's just 3 different ones. So these are my 3 different fabrics. And as I said, what I'm doing is I'm just placing the colors in different spots for that block. So we're going to get started on our blocks for this week. All right, so I have my 2 blocks laid out. Here's block 1 and block 2 is just here off the camera. And what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is my 4 flying geese. Then once I do my 4 flying geese, then I'm gonna work at my center. This is a 9, basically a 9 patch, okay? So my first thing I'm gonna do is draw my line. If my block is gonna sit here, I need to make my flying geese. So I need to draw a line from here to here so that I can make my flying geese. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm always using the 45-degree line to line it all up. And I'm gonna draw a line from edge to edge, corner to corner. Now this is the section of the fabric that I'm going to be cutting away. So when I stitch 1 thread over from the line I drew, that would mean I'm gonna stitch right here. So I'm going to stitch in part of the fabric that gets cut away, or I guess I should say the side of the fabric that gets cut away. So I'm going to do all the geese on the right side. I'm going to press those, cut away the excess, and then I'm going to do all the geese on the left side. Once I've gotten all my geese put together, then I will work on my 9 patch. All right, I've got all my flying geese together. So now it's time to work on my blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this piece to this piece. Then I'm going to start working in here. I'm going to kind of ignore these 2. I'll sew these 2, these 2, these 2, and these 2. Then I'm going to come back and sew these, 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 and these. Then I'm going to sew this one and this one. I will stop and press this before I go any farther. And when the blocks all put together, I'll show you the way I press this. But what this will allow me to do is pretty much chain piece the entire thing. I'll do that with both my blocks, and we're getting there. Almost one block done already. Okay, I have block 13 all done. Here are my 2 different colorways. And again, this pattern is Bunny Hill Designs. And here are my 2 blocks. All right, this is our next block. This is actually Fig Tree and Company. And you can see that we've got 5 2.5-inch squares. And then what we've got is squares, little ones, they're just 1.5 inches, that I've drawn a line on. And then what we're gonna do is sew on that liner, as I've been telling you. We're gonna sew just 1 thread next to the line. So on this one, this is the part that's, let me slip this away for you. This is the part that's gonna be cut away. So I'll sew right here to the right of the line. And then I'll cut that away. I'm gonna sew, I wanna show you how I'm gonna sew these because that will help you with your order. I'm gonna first sew this side and this side, press those, open them up, then I'll sew this side and this side. And then that way what's gonna happen is it's all gonna lay nice and flat. So I'm gonna get started on those. I've got both of my blocks laid out. Here's block 1 and block 2 is laying right beside me, but I will show you both of them. So I'm gonna get sewing. You can see that I changed my fabric. This is what had been there, and it just didn't work. I took one look at it and went, ugh. There was just not enough color variation, and it just blended in, and I just really didn't like it. So I took it out, and that's what I ended up with, and I'm very happy with that. So here's block number 14, and I wanted to show you how I pressed it. This one's probably the best because it's laying the flattest at this point. So what I did was the squares that are set on point, I pressed it all out. The center row was pressed out, the top and bottom row were pressed out, and the center row was pressed in. So that's how I did that one. Whoops, okay. This is block number 15, and it is designed by CLARE Designs. And this is the fabric that I've chosen for this one. So on this block, what I'm going to do is sew these 3 together, press it. Then add these, press it. Then add these, press it. Then add these and press it. So this one's just a lot of up and down and presses, but it's a real simple block. So I will come back probably once I have it completely finished, because this is a pretty straightforward block. Here is our last block for week 5. Holy cow, we're halfway through. So here is the last block. You can see I made it out of the exact same fabric. I just changed where I placed it. And you know, it really does look different. This one, you really see the center part, and on this one, you see the block itself, the whole thing. So at least that's the way I see it in the camera. So this is block number 15. We are officially halfway through, and this block was designed by CLARE Designs. We are done with week number 5 of the Moda Sampler Block Shuffle, so we are officially at the halfway point. This week we did, our first block was number 13, which was by Bunny Hill Designs, and here are my 2 blocks, if you set them on point. And I'm very happy with how the fabric color placement of both of these is. I'm very, very pleased with it. Block number 14, I had some problems with, and it wasn't putting it together, it was with my colors. I thought I had done really good at getting a light, a medium, and a dark. Well, I hadn't. When I went to put this block together, my outside, this fabric just blended right in there, and you will have seen that because I'll stick a snapshot of it in. So it truly just didn't work. And I wasn't leaving it in. It didn't work that much. So block number 14 is Fig Tree Designs. And here are my 2 blocks, and now I'm content with them. So there's both of them. And block number 15 is by CLARE Designs. And on this one, I used the exact same fabric, but just put it in different places. So here's one block, here's the other block, and then here's both of them. So there we are. Next week, we are block 16, 17, and 18. And I hope everybody is enjoying this as much as I am. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.